go ahead and have fun. Well, hello and welcome. I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, Peter. These are my four adventurers who were able to be free from work, who was able to leave work and still make it home, and even someone came from their day off, and that is Iris's thingy mabopper, trinket, whatever. Thank you for tuning in to us. This will be the last episode until the Halloween special. So if you want to catch up on everything prior to this, there will be some links in below and all that fun stuff. Make sure to check those out. And then enjoy the Halloween special, which is going to be next week on the 6th, starting at 5:30. Hopefully on the dot. And we'll be going from there. My players already did initiative, and we're going to go ahead and do a recap. So what happened last session, all lovely adventurers kind of stood together in the garden and talked to each other. They asked them a couple of questions about who their newcomers are and found out that the newest kind of member of Sanguine's party is in town and came to help. All the group went over to his ship so they can talk more privately, which they found out that Mai has a little evil in him. Iris has a evil entity on her or attached to her. Thoror has that old evil, which, if you've been paying attention, out of game we all know is Cthulhu. In game, our players are still discovering it, except for Iris. Iris kind of does know because she saw firsthand. Thoror also had a vision about a very old and relic-y type song. Our group kind of talked amongst themselves, as well as with Sanguine and his brethren. They found out plenty of information. It was a very nice, detailed information session with what we had. Iris just rocked on, which I gotta do some corrections here before we move on further. Mai was right in the sense of when I said the mayor's office, I did say the mayor's office in Tolis. So Travis was right on that, but I did want to correct that to it is in Greenus. The prior video for me saying that, I did say it was in Tolis. My correction is that it is in Greenus. So Kane and his people are in Greenus. I just wanted to fix my mistake because as I was listening to the video, Travis was right on that. I did say Tolis. So good catch, Travis. Your notes were spot on. I just made a mistake.
It's all good.
Oh.
So they're going to the mayor's office in Greenus.
Correct. That is the official thing, Greenus. Another thing. So as a dungeon master, I do want to give my players the opportunity to kind of do stuff that's not really in the book. So one of the things Nonagon wanted to kind of hit the heel or the cap of what she was fighting to kind of drop it prone. I immediately shut that down. But as a dungeon master, what I should have done is have her attempt it anyways. And if she would have succeeded, I would have said, okay, instead of prone, since it's so big and bulky, it dropped to one knee instead. So instead of having its full movement, it has maybe 5 less movement. So you always want to give your players the time, the opportunity to do that. Because for me, if you want to drop something to the knee or like prone like that, you'll need more of a bludgeoning weapon to kind of just bop it. Because to me, with a slashing weapon, if you just cut off his foot, it's just going to make a balance check. So that was my bad. Not a gun. I should have let you attempt it anyways, instead of just cutting you off and saying no. So even as a dungeon master that I've been doing for quite some time, I'm still correcting myself and wanting to make sure my players know when I mess up and so the viewers know. There's sometimes where I will say flat out no, and I will always explain why. But some of those times, that should have just been, sure, go for it. Let's see what happens. That does not... Yeah, Travis?
I also have to make a correction for something I noticed.
Okay.
the boots of Elvenkind.
Yep.
Why? So, what we have been doing with these, it's been giving stealth an advantage. Then I came across a small print that says you have advantage on dexterity stealth checks that rely on moving silently, which is bigger on my part. So going forward, I do apologize, Peter. I didn't realize it until I reread some of my equipment.
It's okay. Now we know, and we can better proceed. It's one of the beautiful things when you have a good group for D&D, is that your players will make corrections on themselves, whether it comes to the spell, equipment, or an ability. Just because as players and as a dungeon master, we should always be looking over our stuff to make sure we do it right. And we make mistakes. Mostly all Dungeons and Dragons games make mistakes, but we continue forward. That being said, that's pretty much it. That's what happened. Oh, and Thor summoned a big demon. That was the end of that night.
That's like so nonchalantly at the very end. It's like, oh yeah, and he summoned a demon. That's okay.
It was only a demon,
Yeah, Well,
it's only the thing that he gets his powers from. That's fine.
It was only our Lord and Savior Cthulhu.
It was. That's a minion, yeah.
Yeah, his minion. But we'll go ahead and start with the group taking their time and sleeping. Because I know you guys needed that full 8 hours rest. Thoror is going to be hanging back for a little bit until the group decides what they want to do with that. Because they know he left. They just haven't left the ship. So that's going to be good. I already talked to Kyle. He's going to hang back for a little bit. And then whenever we get to him, since we don't have 3 of our players, they are going to go on autopilot, which means Kore is going to go directly to what her class is as a healer, go straight to healing. Sanguine is going to go what his class is as a paladin, which is just going to go melee. And same with Leander. I'll be rolling for them, and since I don't have their sheet with me, or the stats, it's just going to be the bare minimum. So it's not going to be, I'm not going to max anything. It's just going to be whatever I roll plus whatever. That being said, they do have the highest likely chance to get a letter from me saying "my dearest." Travis knows what "my dearest" is. You get a text.
Oh, yeah.
You get a text message or Facebook message saying "my dearest so and so. You have died because of these reasons." Unfortunately, it just happens. I've received one myself from my dungeon master back in the day. It's not the greatest, but we do what we can. So for you 4, oh, actually, sorry, you 3. We'll say you guys all wake up a little bit simultaneously, or one right after the other, just in the next time for whoever needs to pray to a god prays, and everyone else wakes up and gets ready. Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Didn't we already wake up and we tried to send a message to Thoror, and then Cthulhu sent a message back and dealt 25 psychic damage to us?
You did.
The idiots that open.
I was just recapping that, just kind of getting you guys back into that groove. So I was. Now, thank you. You toss off my groove, Travis.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, you thrown off the Emperor's groove.
I was sort of hoping you were going to you know what, we're just retcon it. You can take back the 25 health that I stole from you at the very beginning of your day.
Well, let's make that 50 HP now.
Okay, I'm unconscious.
Perfect. Core's going to dump all her healing into you. Every single last drop. Kore will be out of spells for the rest of the game.
No!
Alright, so again, you guys wake up, you get your stuff ready, you go upstairs, you send that message, and those points of damage happens. I think it only happened to about 2 characters, which was Mai and one other person, I do believe.
It was me!
And Kore. Leander didn't open, Nonagon didn't open, and Iris didn't open. But it is still pending, so it still is in your little Irene.
Iris straight up said she wasn't gonna open it.
Yeah.
So.
At that point, we'll start from there. So after everyone kind of gets, those two people get those damage taken, so psychically, what is the group going to do?
Ow, that hurt.
What did you do?
I sent a message to Thoror, and then what I got back was eerily sounding like that Cthulhu thing that we came across in the past. And it just was so loud and eerie. It hurt me to my very core and caused me to tense up, and there was a lot of pain.
Oh, was that what that weird thing that the Irene was trying to get me to?
So
I'm not gonna. We're just gonna leave that alone.
Irene, do you have the ability to delete messages?
No.
Okay, I think it's going to be there for you no matter what.
Well, it'll just sit there.
Well, it's painful. So, I guess this changes up our plans for what we're going to do. Hi, Sanguine, I'm hurt. Help me.
Oh, what else is new?
I sent a message to Thoror, and then I got a reply back. It was some monster that did damage to my brain, and it hurt. I was screaming for like a minute.
Your
And it
brain
hurts.
has not had a good time recently.
It really hasn't, and I don't know why. I read, I do puzzles, and I take care of it, and I do so well taking care of a Sanguine. I don't know why my brain hurts all the time.
That's because you're not doing your squats. Squats go directly to the brain muscle. Fine.
Proven fact. Says Tamrile.
Hi, Tamrile.
Hi.
So, I guess we have a new thing to talk about today.
Well, please discuss.
Where the fuck is Thoror?
I don't know, Sanguine. Where is your dwarven companion?
Well, like I told you earlier, I think he may have gone with the beast. I don't want to be too forward about this. I don't want to be putting blame on him necessarily, but odds are, with the vision I was having, he might be whatever beast. Did I? I can't remember. Did I figure out it was Cthulhu?
I think he. Yeah, I do believe
Yeah,
so.
we
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
No, I think he's with Cthulhu now. Does that mean he's dead? I don't know.
Oh no, I think
But,
you figured out it was one of the old gods. You just didn't know, and the assumption was Cthulhu or something else. I think that's what it was.
Wasn't Cthulhu mentioned in the
No,
return message that May I opened?
It was. It had it on its head. Remember, because I rolled really well.
Oh
It
yeah.
had
Okay.
Cthulhu
Well,
on it.
yeah, that's right. We'll say that with all the pieces of puzzles right now, you can assume it's Cthulhu to make it a little simpler.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. So he might be with Cthulhu right now.
Oh, that's great.
I don't think he's necessarily dead. It seemed like through the vision, if it was him in my vision, that he kind of went willingly, which not a good look. But you know.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do about this? What do you think? I'm making a lot of assumptions at the moment.
I just got my back to stop spasming. So
we
I'm
think-
just gonna sit here for a minute. You guys talk.
Do we think Thoror went willingly, or was Thoror taken? Was there a sign of a struggle? Can I make an investigation of like Thoror's room to see if he was taken?
You guys don't have really rooms. You all slept in like a hallway.
Oh, okay. Well,
So-
can I check the hallway to see if there was a struggle?
We'll say you would have done that beforehand and you find nothing. To just make it a little easier on you. Oh no, I see that. I was just finishing my sentence and going to Iris.
Iris is gonna speak up at this point and be like, so fun fact. Don't know if this has anything to do with anything. But I was with Thoro and his bagpipes started randomly playing a song on their own. And I think he may have done something with that, so I don't know if he necessarily went willingly, because bagpipes don't play by themselves. Like a tune on their own.
Well, I would hope that you would know as a bard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Has
was
Castle
just
ever
about.
played anything on its own?
I was like,
I was.
sure.
I was just about to ask if that's a bard thing that you can do, but okay, it seems like that's not typical behavior of a bard. Okay,
So I'd say, if anything, it's not willingly. Maybe he is under some kind of influence, possibly.
okay.
Okay. Well,
So
does anyone know how Cthulhu worshippers worship? Is there like a place they need to go?
I assume, like most places, there's a church.
Church of Squid God?
I mean, I don't see why there wouldn't be. It'd probably be discreet. Maya gets up off the floor and very tensely sits down at the table again.
Nonagon just puts her hand on his shoulder and just goes, cure wounds, like she sees Corgoot, and like see if it works.
DM question.
Yeah.
Would it be a history or arcana check to see, or a religion check?
Either or.
If- Know anything about Cthulhu and
Either or will work. Religion or history.
religion?
Religion will kind of give you the tenets and like how the religion actually works. The history will kind of give you the history of Cthulhu in this world, depending on how high you roll.
I don't know. That's up to you.
I don't think we really need to know the history of Cthulhu. We need to know where he worships and stuff.
My vote would be on history.
Religion. Ah! I hate all of you.
I voted religion, so I'm good.
Okay, 2 for religion.
2 for religion. Okay, we're going with religion.
Religion, do it.
Nat 20 for a 23.
Why do I let you guys play?
Because we're fun
Yeah, that's
to be
true.
around.
Alright, so to make this easier on myself, what exactly are you trying to find out about the religion aspect of it?
Kind of like a beginner's guide kind of thing, like basic stuff like, how do they worship, where do they worship,
Are there sacrifices?
basic tenets, yes, any kind of like that kind of stuff.
Alright. Okay, let me move this over here. Give me a quick second. Nope, I have spelled that wrong.
Oh God.
That's what she said.
Out of character to anyone who takes better notes than me. Back when we were at the inn that burnt down, did any of us see Thoror collecting the souls with his bagpipe?
Nope.
No.
Got it.
No. May I was not. He wasn't even present
I was
mentally at the
Kore.
time.
Kore was close, but she was in the building, so she did not see it.
Iris and Sanguine were too busy to notice.
Well, I know it was
See.
afterwards, wasn't when we were doing the cleanup and stuff, so I wasn't sure if anyone saw it.
Yeah, cleanup time.
Oh.
Okay. It doesn't matter then that it wasn't in my notes. Okay.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
Okay, so then I only just need to bump this down.
There we go.
Peter, you good?
I'm getting to what I need to tell Sarah, because it's the basic tenets with pretty much will be kind of the similar to like all the religions. You can roughly assume, but what she's wanting to know is kind of, do they sacrifice anything, and kind of like what's their domain is. I think that's what.
We wanted to know if there was any places of worship, like where they would go.
No,
So-
on it.
That would be a history check.
Oh,
Since she wrote religion, she's more looking about like the religious aspect of it, which normally like locations.
Aspect is where they would worship.
In a church.
that can be found.
That would be history.
I'm like,
But
not
May I do that check as well?
we'll go with this. If you're looking for kind of location, like I'll give you kind of, since you rolled a natural 20, with the Cthulhu worshippers, it's not very well known, as you know from the last time you dealt with Cthulhu. It's known to be right now in more of a tropical island location, which you guys found that out earlier in the campaign, to where Cthulhu now have islands, which you can assume that's what they that's what they worship, or that's where the last known civilization or worshipping spot of Cthulhu is, because that's where the relics came from, which, if you guys remember, from the last session. So you can safely assume that the relics of Cthulhu is very much of a... Cthulhu relics are very religious. So they most likely have a lot of relics. It's just they're very rare. Because with the history, or with the religion check, and since you guys have kind of traveled the world a little bit in your backstories, you haven't heard of Cthulhu anywhere except for these two spots. The one in Tolis, which the person brought to Tolis, and in Thoror. Other than that, there's not much known about it. So you can safely assume either A, the religion got wiped out, or B, it is super secretive that only a handful of people know that the religion is still about. You can, since, bards can get their powers from really anywhere, and, Cthulhu was still a god known, you can either A, safely assume that Thoror just worship a god because he thought the name was cool, or B, he's just assuming Cthulhu is giving him his power, whatever that bolt you saw. Because you don't know so much about Thoror, so how would he be in contact with technically a dead god in this world?
Iris knows more.
So I hope that answers kind of the questions.
You didn't say if they did sacrifices, yes or no.
It's unknown. Due to, I would safely assume, I would say not your typical sacrifices. What you're thinking of like killing someone, and then, we're sacrificing this body. So I would say I'll give you not your typical sacrifice, as in the sacrifice is in parentheses. Oh, air quotes.
Sacrifice.
So does Iris tell this?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so what do we do? Do we go and try and find him? Do we go and try and find this sort of demon or creature that possibly has him? I mean, I know we planned to do a recon today, but this just changed some things.
Yeah, I would suggest we find him. So at least if we do the recon, we at least have our full party strength with us. I would not feel comfortable moving forward without us being fully equipped for whatever is. So I would prefer that we go find Thoror.
Hey, Sanguine, your
Yes.
detect magic, is it like from a distance? Like if you were to detect magic again, could you possibly spot Thoror from a distance? If you could
Well,
spot
it's
him
not.
same
It's not
angle.
necessarily detect magic. It's a.
Detect
It's,
good and evil.
like a divine sense that I have. I could give it a shot. I mean, why not? So I'm gonna activate it, Peter. What? Why do I have to roll this? Just start it.
Peter is eating. Oh, by the way, roll initiative.
Sorry. You caught me in the spot. Yeah, go ahead. You actually, this would be a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay. Saving throw. Gotcha. I was like, what? Why am I doing this? Well, don't worry. It's a good one. It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Yeah. Initiative is 18.
Okay. This is 18. Okay, so that doesn't affect what I need to know right now. Okay, so Constitution with dirty 20.
Yeah.
All right, make me a Strength saving throw.
Okay. 22.
Dope. All
Not
right.
nat.
Rolling good right now.
So far.
Okay.
This die might stay around for a little bit.
He's like, I don't know. Maybe I will stay all this one then.
All right. So
I rolled an
as
18, a 15, and a 17.
I don't know if you guys can hear this. This would be a lot better once. I don't. Hopefully, you guys can hear that, like a little rain and storm. So as Thoror does this, I'm gonna play it for my sake in case you guys can't hear it. Great if not.
As Thoror does this, or as Sanguine?
Nope, I'm keeping to what I said. As Thoror does this. So Sanguine and Thoror just swap bodies. They just swap places, and then Sanguine's like,
Friday.
yeah.
God, dude.
As Sanguine just does what his ability, he glows that mysterious godly aura. Y'all can see from the heavens that clouds are now starting to form over the town. The wind's picking up. It's starting to rain. This is all happening simultaneously. So it got darker. Clouds are forming. Rain's starting happening. And Sanguine, as you kind of just like, do that divine sense, your eyes go gold. You're looking around. You're scanning from like the back of the ship and kind of moving. And as you look into town, you see this colossus size outline of Cthulhu just looking at you. It goes and swings this massive hand at you, and you just block it. Like, it's just pure reaction at this point. Blocks it. No one else can see this, but they see you raise your hand and block it, and just an indent of the wood and the floor just break around you. Starts cracking. It takes his hand away from you. You could just hear the laughter, this very maniacal and squid-like laughter, and then you can still see it, and it starts.
Peter, I'm gonna need you to roleplay that squid-like laughter real quick.
I need
Cue Kyle.
Yeah, what Kyle did. Next time you put me on the spot, we're gonna go more into depth into Vegas.
So tell me about Vegas.
Fuck you.
I don't know. Have you figured out that acronym yet?
Virgins United. Too soon? It just kind of shrinks and just gets smaller, but the presence of it is more defined.
Can I follow it?
You can, but it's leading you back into town.
Okay, but I can see the direction it's going.
Yeah, you'll lose sight of it for a little bit, due to its shrinking, and then the buildings are blocking it. But you can kind of still sense it, because it's just a strong presence. Even though your sense is 60 feet, I do believe. It's just, even with the range, you still notice. That's how potent, thank you, this aura is, this evil is.
Okay, I'm gonna look to the rest of the group and go, if we're doing this, you guys can follow me now.
Right behind you, big guy.
Okay. I need some of my stuff. Iris, can I have my bag back?
No.
This is literally not the time to fuck with it right now. It has some of my things. May I please have my bag back?
I'll let you get your things out of your bag.
Oh my god. Why are you doing this, and why are you doing this now?
Because you almost killed me.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to this now.
Yep.
Okay. So while I start walking towards the direction of Sanguine, I'm just going to look at you and go, this is seriously not the time to start picking a fucking fight.
Who said I was picking a fight?
Well, you not giving me back my stuff, which a lot of it belongs to the party.
It's
kind of a
say
problem.
I wasn't going to give you back the stuff. I just want the bag.
The bag is my property.
Hi, Sanguine Dawnstrider here. Just want to interrupt for a second. We've got some pretty important shit going on. Give him his shit, or at least part of it. Give him his armor, his swords, whatever. We'll discuss the bag later. Okay? Let's just move. Our friend is maybe in the mouth of Cthulhu right now. More important things than who has the bag at the moment. I don't know why I have to be the adult here. You know how that's not a good color on me. But let's move forward here, okay?
I'm more than happy to give him his stuff. I just want the bag.
Well, the bag is also my stuff.
Oh my god, who the hell cares? May I just grab your shit? We'll talk about the bag later.
Do you hold out the bag?
I'll hold out the bag.
Okay.
Grasp.
So, Peter, I attempt to go into the bag, get the dagger that I have, and then as I pull it out, attempt to grab my bag and force it away from her.
All right, strength checks. Oh, I guess it would be. Yeah, because this is a strength-related sale. Yeah, strength checks. Also, I guess acrobatics versus athletics.
Do I have to make a check as well?
Correct, because if you want to still hold on to the bag, you got to make that check as well. Whichever one you want to use it on, because it would be him putting it in and him snatching it, which can be against his athletics or acrobatics versus your athletics or acrobatics.
All right. I don't think I succeeded. I only got a 13.
Yeah, I got a 19.
Yeah. And then May I just looks at you and then just walks away with his dagger. And then goes to Nanagon and go, Nanagon, can I have my dagger? Thank you. And then I sheath them, and then we go.
All right. All right. So, what is the marching order into town?
Sanguine first.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm on mute. Nonagon second.
Iris will go third.
May I stay close to Iris?
Okay. And then I'm going to assume Leander will pick up the rear, followed by Kore. Because there's not really much other location. Okay. Sanguine, do you keep your divine sense on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I do believe. So it would be, since you're keeping it on, it will be a continuous concentration check. So for this, go ahead and roll your it's your spell casting ability. So I do believe that will be 8 plus.
Like my spell attack.
I should be your spell. Yeah, let's go with that right now because
my cast is it casting level? Yeah, I can't really. This is not a very clear app. But,
it's okay.
Let's go with my spell attack.
So go ahead and roll that.
Or we can split the difference. My spell attack is 7. My C level, whatever the hell that is 5. So we could do 6.
All right, let's do 6. I like that splitting of the difference.
Okay, dirty 20.
All right, dope. So you keep it on. So since you are entering first, this would just be for you. So if you guys looked at the map, since you guys are at the boats, it is sand and then a wooden fence line that goes quite a bit away. So the gates are open. There's no guards whatsoever here. No one else is here on this beach. So as you guys are walking, you do notice that. As you step a single foot into the town, that rush of evilness just sweeps over you again. Since you had that dirty 20, you're able to kind of protect yourself from that like corruption, but you don't know about your party. You don't know if they can handle it. So you can do a couple things. You can either A, keep your divine, because what's protecting you is that divine aura you have. So as you're, casting detect the divine sense, it's giving you kind of an outline of an aura. And I know you already have aura abilities right now. What are you?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet?
I get it next level.
Oh, next.
It's level 6.
Oh, okay. So I'll say as a kind of, since you're already kind of activating your divine abilities, it gives you a small aura. And then, bless you. So that's, you know that you can pretty much, as long as you keep this up, you're good. So you can either A, boost yourself, or B, try to cast this aura onto your allies and see if that works, which will take away your spell slots.
Okay, so question.
Yeah.
The aura would be essentially a circle around me, correct?
Kind of like a dome. You're kind of like creating like a bubble,
Yeah.
and then
So what you're saying is I can expand that bubble to protect everyone, but it would cost a spell slot.
It will continuously cost spell slots, yes, because it would be on a timer.
And what is my other option?
Let everyone fend for themselves.
I can't
So
do that.
as
All
in,
right.
like, if you say you did a level 2, because you can cast level 2s, right? Or is it level 1s right
Yeah.
now? Alright.
I have 4 level 1s and 2 level 2s.
Alright, so say you pass the concentration check to expand it, because this is not a normal ability. This is using your abilities outside of its normal use, and you create that bubble. That takes the level 2 slot away. I'll set a duration for it, and as long as you don't get hit during that duration, it will stay standing. But the moment you get hit, that's when that timer starts, and you have to keep concentrating on it, which will keep increasing the DC depending on how many times you get hit.
Okay.
Or
So essentially, like the timer doesn't start until I get hit.
something else happens, correct. So it could be the closer you get to this thing, you may need to expend another slot to increase the hardness of your bubble.
Okay.
And then so forth and so on.
I'll start it off with a level 1. I'll say, everyone, there's a lot of darkness around here, so gather in close. May I risk no hitting. No, don't do hits. And let's move forward in this together.
Okay, so
Is his spell like protection from evil and good in a sense?
in a sense, yes. But more of a, you can see it, and it actually has an HP to it. But so he has to waste a spell. Well, before you waste a spell, you gotta make another check. To see if you can even expand it to first.
Ooh, kind of beef that one. That's a 10.
Alright, so you go, everyone gather in, and then you kind of like flicker a little bit, and nothing happens. So you didn't waste a spell. No, you didn't do it. Yeah, you have to at least get to it, and then the spell will work. But if you hold the spell, and then you fail, then yeah, you lose the spell.
Okay. Can everyone try to put a hand on my armor? We'll see if it extends that way.
Would protection from good and evil like be of help in this sense?
So
Because I have it.
protection, good and evil is isn't it a singular target?
Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures, aberrations, celestial elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
So a singular creature. He's trying to kind of do
Yeah.
it to everyone within a bubble. So it's kind of taking that spell and modifying it to something different. Which, if Kore wanted to help, she could possibly give it a shot.
Okay, I want to give it a shot. Helping.
Alright, so the same rules will apply. For this one, you will have to be in physical contact with Sanguine at all times. This will give Sanguine an advantage because now you're funneling your divineness into him.
All right. Well, I guess I'm moving up the line.
Alright. So Kore kind of
Wait,
gets.
does that mean that if we find ourselves in a combat zone and she has to like attack something, we automatically lose the bubble?
Sanguine will have to. His DC will be higher.
I just want to make sure that if she takes her hand away, that it doesn't just all disappear. Because you said contact at all times.
Correct. So it's pretty much if Kore stops, Sanguine's DC is increased.
Okay.
So he
Would
may.
you like my assistance, Sanguine?
Sure, why not? Yeah, it'd be good.
All right. So Sanguine, go ahead and try again, but this time with advantage.
Come on, Sanguine. Come on, Sanguine.
The highest I got was 17.
All right. Good enough. You passed the DC. All right. So with kind of in unison, you guys Kore channels her divineness into you to kind of give you that boost to unlock it. You were able to expend that second. Oh, you said first slot, right?
Yes.
You expend one of your first slots, and you kind of create this visible bubble around you guys. So everyone's in this. This bubble is from Sanguine in a circle about 20 feet. That's as far as he can go with it. Any farther than that will be an increase in the DC or whatnot. So at least you got 20 feet. It's better than nothing at this point. I know you guys can't see it. I'm just doing it for my own visual thing. So pretty much I'm assuming Nanigan will go ahead to protect Sanguine. Kore is right on Sanguine. We'll have you two. Let's just put you guys in kind of like a clump. I don't have my playmat out, so we're going to just do things in a visual sense. How do you guys want to proceed?
I'm still following that divine sense where the evil's coming from.
Perfect. Everyone else is still good?
Yeah, I mean, I still follow because I don't know where he's going.
10, 4. Alright, so you guys are heading into town. Even with this bubble around you, you guys can sense and now start to feel the ickiness. It is now more clouded and it slowly starts to rain, but with this divine bubble, the rain doesn't actually hit you guys. To help the viewers at home, I'll go ahead and pull up our lovely map that was created by your truly Dungeon Master, Peter. Haha. Make sure I don't pull any of the other maps that you're not supposed to see yet. That would be really bad.
Or you could show them all. We don't mind.
Good try, Travis. Good try.
I mean, our one Twitch viewer would really love it.
Alright, so for those... I bet. For those of you guys at home watching this, they are entering from this gate here. I know you guys can't see it, but if you pull up the map, you're entering from that middle gate. And so you're kind of like in the middle of the road, which you guys don't see anyone. It seems like a ghost town here. But you sense creatures around. You sense fear all around you, whether you're a caster or not. You just sense that fear of being. Just even, it looks like you're probably maybe even 20 feet into town and you sense all that. Go for it.
Clarification. We're at Green, correct?
You're at Worcester.
Worcester. Okay, 10-4.
Wow, that's it was definitely not like this yesterday.
May I and Iris roll me a wisdom saving throw? And yes, may I, it is due to fear.
Oh, okay. So I get to roll this with advantage.
Yes, because I know you have that.
Wow. This is great.
I got a 16.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 4 or a natural 5,
All right.
which I don't think does it.
Unfortunately, it does not. So as you guys get to that 20 feet, you kind of look around because you want to survey the area and kind of thing. You see popping out from like a little alleyway between two houses. Uh, you see your best friend of the whole world.
Amethyst?
No, you see Vidpick just pop his head around, wave at you, grab something from the corner, and you can see that it's your sister, and he just kind of waves bye to you, and he darts back into the alleyway.
I immediately chase after.
All right.
I want to try to grab him by the scruff of his. I want to try to grab him.
All right. So
Before he takes off
that
from the
would
group.
be a, let's say,
Well, she's trying to grapple him.
yeah. So it would be a grapple check.
So she would use her athletics, and I would use my athletics or acrobatics as a contest.
Let's do it.
Fuck me.
I got a 15.
Today sucks for me.
What do you get?
Natural 2.
All right. So everyone sees. May I bolt it?
I
But
put
not.
my bag back.
But Nonigon just sweeps him and stops him.
Where are you going?
I just saw Vidpick. He has my sister, and then I immediately try to.
What are the
get
chances?
out of
What
the
are the
crowd.
chances? What are the chances they're actually here?
I literally just saw them, so 100%.
Yeah. Nobody else saw him. Just you.
I
Think
immediately
think
start
about
to.
this. Think about this. Everybody in the town is scared of something. There's magic here. Something is making people scared. Something made you see something that you're scared of.
I still try and escape the grapple.
Another check.
14.
Oh yeah, you still got it. It's like I'm just like trying to pull away and it's like let me go.
Let go, Mom. Let go. I wanna ride the slide. I wanna go on the slide.
She just like puts a little leash on him and is like, no.
I'm just gonna continue and be like, if he was really here, do you think he would just pop in and run away? No, he'd stay here and gloat.
He just went down that alleyway. I gotta
he
go
would
after
stay
him.
here and gloat.
He did glow and then went into the alleyway.
You're just gonna run off and not take anybody with you. You're gonna do this alone.
Yeah.
That's what you were about to do. You were just gonna take off. You really think you can do this by yourself?
No, but I gotta try.
Okay, so why wouldn't you at least have told us before you ran away?
Because I wanted. Well, now he's
Because
probably
fear,
gone now.
Because fear.
Because now he's probably gone.
I'm gonna take my other hand and knock him on the skull. Use your head.
You hear your sister scream in pain.
I try and escape the grapple again.
Do it again.
Do I hear it?
No. Just May does.
Natural 20.
They got that
Oh.
one. 7.
All right, May, you are able to break it. Do you still run?
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to take May out of this scenario right now. So May darts off. So May you'll be hanging out with Thoror for right now. Kind of just sitting back and relaxing. I'll let you know what's going to happen in a little bit. What does the rest of the group do as they see that exchange with Nonagon happen with May and then May just bolt? You can see him clearly in a panic go to a building corner, get to it, see with horror, and he bolts down it further.
Guys, we got an issue. May thinks he saw a bit pick. It's totally stupid, but now he's run off.
So we'll go ahead.
Anybody care? Thought we saw a bit pick.
So we're at a real big problem here. As a group, we will not be able to keep up with him inside of this bubble. So we have options. None of them are good. Our options are we stay in our bubble, we move slowly throughout the town, eventually finding the source and finding Thoror, and then hopefully finding Maya along the way, or we disperse this bubble and run after May I. Both are bad options.
Okay, well, we're not gonna be able to catch up with him, and I really don't think he saw Bitpick. I didn't see anybody. He just took off and he just saw something in thin air and just took off. I think there's something.
Well, his mind has been kind of iffy recently, hasn't it?
I think something's trying to separate us. I took Thoror last night. Now May I's taken off into thin air.
If it's the same thing that took Thoro, wouldn't it technically draw them to the same location?
Possibly, but I think if it's trying to separate us, it wouldn't bring us back together. Take us out individually, we're weaker than we are as a group.
That's true. So.
But how do we
like
thing is hostile towards us?
Well, May
It's
I
pretty
thought he
damn
saw
evil.
Bitpick.
It's pretty damn evil. Just gonna point that out to start the conversation. It's like about as evil as you can imagine. Just so you know. Probably that means harm for a lot of things.
Alright, well, maybe we should keep following the evil. Let's follow the evil sense. That's a good plan for me, is follow the evil sense. But could we agree as a group, maybe, that if someone else sees something kind of disturbing, that we discuss it before we take off? That way we can all go to the issue.
How about this? How about we don't just you're right. If you didn't see Vidpick, it would be highly unlikely that he was here. So I think you're right that something is playing onto our fears. Maybe we just try as we might to ignore them as we make our way towards this evil and stick together as a team, because that is the only way we will survive this.
Agreed. I agree.
So if you
Ignore.
see something, say something, and then we will. Thank you. And then
Well, only attack it if all of us see it.
if all of us see it and all of us agree to attack it.
Okay.
All right, for those of you who are
Nothing
watching during the Twitch, I did pull up the map. The yellow is the group. The red is May I, where he kind of ran off to. So he saw Vidpick over here, and then he ran more into this like in between alleyway, in between two houses. So not really alleyway, but you get the gist. For those of you who are watching on the Twitch, that's what it is. And then as the group moves forward, I will mark where they go. For those of you who are watching the video on YouTube, yeah, same explanation.
Yo, Dungeon Mommy. Can we get that on our maps? Or
Uh,
are we blind?
I should have. Is it not on Discord?
It's not on the maps and stuff. Did you post it under a different channel?
I actually might have not. I might have
I think
posted
it's in
it.
general.
General is just pictures of Patrick Stark.
Give me a second.
You gotta scroll up.
Oh nope, she is right. I don't think I posted it in the map section.
No, it's in general. It's above. It's like
Oh, of Worcester.
yeah. It's like you gotta go.
Right, but I don't think this is not the updated one because
There you go. I just sent
thank
it.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yep. All right. Perfect. It's always good to remind me of that because sometimes I forget because I'm too busy with other stuff. All right. So what is the group gonna do? So again, you're still in the beginning part. The gate is still right behind you. You saw May I leave. What does the group still want to do from here now? You got several options. Where do you go?
I think we're still following Evil Sense, correct? Wherever it may lead.
All right. Following evil. Okay. Just pulling the map up for myself. All right. All right. So we're gonna go back to the map, and then we are going to follow the group. Do 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 do. And Iris, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Does she have advantage because we all have each other's backs?
No.
15.
All right. All right. So nothing happens. All right. So you guys are a little bit further in. You haven't seen anyone just yet, but you do hear some noises both from the left and from the right side. You can't really make out what they are because you're still in the middle of the street. The houses are still closed. What do you guys do?
I say keep.
Can you
Do
repeat what you
we
said?
all hear it?
Uh, I'll repeat what I said. Yes. You guys. So right now, you guys are. You walked further. You look towards the guardhouse. You see nothing. You keep going straight to where the sense is going. Uh, and before you kind of hit your next set of houses, you guys hear commotion going from the right and from the left.
And onto what Sanguine said, do we all hear this?
Correct. Everyone hears it.
Yeah.
10-4.
I feel like we're in a real Minds of Moria situation right now. And I think the best way is to keep going forward. This is out of character.
Well, your
I
your essence that you're sensing is leading towards like straight left. So that's kind of like you got a few more feet straight, and then you're gonna curve left. That's where your senses, oh, your sense evil is taking you.
yeah, that's why I think like my druther is to keep following the sense.
Yeah, I think I agree, but also I think we should prepare just in case. Like, just be on the lookout.
I think we should keep going to wherever the evil is. Anything other than that is a distraction put in place to get us to deviate.
You did it on purpose too.
All right, so keep going forward.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So as a group goes forward, each and every one you starts to hear, bones crackling, screams happening from afar, and torture. As you guys go further and make your way left in between two houses, now you can start to see the fighting pits or the fighting stage as you leave the in between the two houses and kind of get your direct view. You see on the actual stage, you see Thoror and a giant hulking squid Cthulhu beast right behind him. Thoror has about 5 people tied up and bound in front of him on their knees. The stands are filled with people having these squid-like things on the back of their heads, and it's pulsing on their brains in this neon green color. You see just bodies lining the side of the pits where the mud used to be, just filled. They just don't seem like they're moving. They're just there. Thoror will look at the group and say, "Yeah, this is you."
Saw, dude.
What does Thoror say?
Welcome to our arena.
Okay, that wasn't too. That was pretty creepy, dude. Hey, what are you doing, man? You're just like gone. And, like, I didn't get to say sorry to you this morning. Like, the hell are you doing?
So before he answers that, everyone can make me a perception check to give Thoror time to get into character.
That's a -2 because I got an
23.
my perception is -2, so
I got a 15.
Okay.
Hold, please.
Renegon is not wise.
Yes. This is-
23.
Okay. Leander.
Oh, wait,
Leander's not
actually-
playing.
Oh, Leander's not playing?
No.
Okay.
Leander, I barely know her.
All right. So then in that case, we will autopilot Leander. All right, so
Playing her.
Iris and I do believe Sanguine, you got 15. No, it was Kore. Kore and Iris got the highest, correct? All right, so what you...
We both got 3.
All right, so Sanguine doesn't actually see this, we'll say, because he's mostly concentrating on the spell. You guys notice that one of the base thing's tentacle is slapped right on the back of Thoror.
Is this a fucking Futurama thing?
I do what I want! But I haven't seen all of Futurama, so I don't know.
Yeah, this happens in one of the Futurama movies.
Oh.
Kind of. I mean, not necessarily like this, but
I honestly...
tentacles in the back of heads.
I'm just taking it from like any sci-fi fiction out there. Just things lashes on, take control of the bodies. Good to go stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys see, even though it's like huge, it's well hidden actually. It actually goes in the back of his armor and shirt and directly up. You only saw the tip of it. That's how you guys know that it's just, and it's moving. Whenever he moves, it moves. So you guys do that. And then the evil thing will respond to what was said to it. And the question was, where did you go? Correct?
We decided that we needed to get some fresh air.
We.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Of course. Myself and our loving God.
The moment he say that, they all go... There you go. He does it much better.
I turn around and look
If
at
only
him,
his microphone loved him.
Yeah,
I
right.
turn around to the group, I go, that was fucking weird, right?
That
is
was
weird.
definitely kind of creepy.
It's
Oh.
weird, and he's kind of possessed.
And possessed how so?
So fun fact. Don't know if you noticed this. But see the big squid thingy behind him.
Yes.
One of its tentacles is connected to him.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's controlling him.
Okay.
So I don't think any of this is actual Thor. I think all of this is whatever the fuck that is.
Do you think it's actually Thoror's body?
It looks like Thor's body.
Can I roll like an insight to...
Yeah, give me 1 second. Can you go ahead and mute your mic for me? If be so kind. Perfect, thank you. It's just your fan is loving to like take in the attention.
This is my time. It's mine.
So sorry, what was the question again?
I was gonna see if I could roll an insight to see if it's actually Thoror or if it's...
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well, that's a insight. Yeah, that's a 12. Probably not.
You can't really tell right now since Thoror is kind of the main focus, and this thing is standing above him, but it looks like there's some more things surrounding Thoror, like 2 guards, which everyone, when they blinked to kind of like get a better focus, you didn't notice those 2 guards. They're just 2 royal guards dressed up in green and Cthulhu-like outfits. Their head is of a squid, which kind of like a mind flayer's, but more of Cthulhu squid-like. So it has those, I'm assuming, suction cups as well, and all that fun jazz.
Alright, so first point of action, should we try to detach Thoro from the squid tentacle?
I feel like we should try to suss out what's happening first before we go straight into hacking and slashing, maybe? God, I sound like may I? Ugh. Oh, we should hack and slash. No, we should just go and slash things.
I mean, like, I'm all for having a plan for the hack and slash, but, like, I want to know a general, like, what's the end goal here? Are we looking to kill everybody? Are we looking to separate people from tentacles? Do we perceive anybody else having tentacles attached to the main god guy, or is it just Thora? Now that I know what I'm looking
this
for.
rambling.
Hey, man, we're having a conversation. All right? We're trying to figure out what to do with all of this information, okay?
Pick a target.
Rude.
Thorough, pick a target.
Oh,
You're
it's
being
definitely
rude.
gonna be the one who's talking about hacking and slashing. Just right in.
All right, roll your Eldritch Blast.
I gotta see what it.
Wait, there was two of us talking of hacking and slashing. Who's he pick?
Clearly it's you. You're like, so.
All right.
Do you want the hit DC for it first? Just to see, like...
You're just gonna roll it.
Oh, okay, cool. So like damage for it?
No, you still gotta roll to see if you hit.
Okay, that's why I was like, are you talking? Cool. So that is a 11.
Okay, 10-4. So I got Sanguine and Iris both at 18 of initiative. Which one of you guys want to go first?
You want to do a quick roll off?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Just like straight up and down?
Yeah,
14.
straight.
Okay, I got a 14.
I got a 7.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go first.
So,
How far away is Thoror from me right now?
alright, give me 1 second and I will gladly tell you. Just a couple things are gonna happen simultaneously, so I gotta make sure that this is played out correctly. So may I, Iris, Thoro, Nanagon, Sanguine, and then Kore is last. Alright. So before I get that... No, yeah, okay, cool. Alright, so... May I is the top of the initiative. So May I had his own thing he's dealing with right now. But I will go for May I really quickly. So May I, you could just listen. You don't have to do anything just yet. So just listen. So as you run after Vitpik and your sister, you notice that Vitpik is just yanking her by the hair, kind of just swatting her into anything he can hit her with to kind of just knock her unconscious. In which he's leading you towards the fighting pits, and as you turn the corner, you can just hear that scream again and that maniacal laughter of Vitpik, and then he vanishes off in the distance. You can see, you're not really sure what you see. You don't know if you see your group or you see Vitpik, Amethyst, Kane, and that whole, and the mysterious metal figure. And I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. You guys fought him. You hate him now. Brown chicken, brown Adkara. Thank you. Right, remember I say brown chicken, brown cow. I remember his name. You don't know if it's your group or that group, and you're kind of having a little trouble here. So I'll get back to you when it comes back to the top initiative. Thorough, as you guys are talking, he wildly opens up his mouth and just flings an Eldritch Blast at Nanagon, missing, but the magic splatters, and everyone is able to still dodge out of the way without leaving the circle, which is something new, because you never seen Thorough just literally extend his mouth farther than what he can do. His beard pretty much formed into tentacles and brought out that magic and just flung it. So we will go to the next one, which is Sanguine. So he's about a good, so you guys are beginning about it. It's at least 60 feet to the mud of the fighting stage, and then from the mud to the fighting stage about 20 feet. And the fighting stage is about 25 feet off the ground. Stone floor to up. So it will take at least 2 rounds of full movement to get onto the stage.
And there are guards. Are the guards right next to us? I can't remember.
They are pretty much the stage, Thoror. The guards are right behind him, and then the big thing is right behind them. So they're in the center of the stage.
Okay, I'm just gonna dash up to the mud.
All right, you said it. You dash up to the mud. Everyone who has left now, Sanguine Circle, make me a wisdom saving throw. So, Iris, Nonagon, Kore, make me a wisdom saving throw.
I forgot to say.
Donegon is not wise. Fuck.
Ooh,
22.
I got a nat 20 plus 5, 25.
Alright, and Nonagon, what did you get?
She got a nat 1.
A 0.
I did not. I rolled a 2, and I have a -2 perception. Because wisdom. Like, I have -2 to wisdom. So, like.
So she rolled worse than a nat 1.
Alright, so as Sanguine just kind of like books it, and he just goes boom, 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 and you just, the moment you leave, or that circle leaves, you feel a very heavy hand on your ankle, and as you look down, you see your former lover with the arrows in his back and everything just look up at you, splitting out blood, which feels real on your leg. What? So Sanguine moves, so that's what Nonagon sees. Everyone else, you're good to go. So Sanguine dashes on up.
Do I get a bonus action after dashing?
Yeah, because dashing is your action plus movement, I do believe.
Okay, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the tentacle on Thoror.
Alright. Okay, so as you go and cast it, it suddenly gets sucked over to a guard.
Okay.
Which is very odd because that's not how it's supposed to work. But suddenly,
100% not how it works.
yep, I know it's
That is
odd.
very odd.
I know. So you're kind of like, wait, that's no?
Okay, we'll deal with that as it comes.
Yeah. I feel like you kind of say that in like character. No, that's 100% not how it's supposed to work.
He's just like, we'll take care of that later.
Oopsie toodles, did I miss?
Was that me?
Okay, now you got that. Got to be one of your catchphrases. Oopsie toodles.
Every single time you mess something up.
Oopsie toodles.
I love it. So I do believe that will complete Sanguine's turn, correct? Okay. Iris. What do? You're fine. You see that something happened. You see Nonagon just completely still. Like, not moving, kind of just pale at this point.
Oh no, Nonagon is on the ground.
Okay.
She is
losing
hand to the wound, trying to staunch the bleeding.
She is losing her shit.
And
Yo, Nonagon might be.
so I was like, wait, what?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Nonagon might be non-again.
I totally forgot about that whole mechanic for a second.
I really was about to go, are you sure? But I'm like, nope, fuck it. He said it. He said it with confidence.
I know. I was gonna be like, what did we say about running away?
All right. So Iris, what is Iris gonna do?
That's Cthulhu.
I like it.
You whisper sweet nothings in
Blink twice if you need help.
How dare you?
See, I don't know who Leander is saying that to.
He's saying it to you.
Oh,
How
why?
dare you do that to Nonagon?
Yeah, how dare you?
Oh, okay, Leander, if your character wants to be participating in this, you're gonna get far worse than that.
How dare you?
Well,
Well, it looks like Leander's gonna be a house cat today.
A house
It's
cat.
fine, he's not there.
how do
I
cats?
mean, technically he's there.
Yeah, Leander's a house cat every day, so that nothing's changed.
He just becomes an outside cat when he has to be.
And my dice says nat 20, no.
That's how. To see if Leander wants to play today, how many 20s am I gonna get?
All of them.
Alright.
If I would have played, I would have got all the nat 20s.
Alright, so if Leander does play, no one else is allowed to roll nat 20s but Leander.
Yep.
Because he took all the nat 20s. I'm sorry, guys.
You immediately can only roll 19. That's it. That's the highest it goes.
So I'm assuming that this current moment, Iris is pondering to herself what she's gonna do. She's probably wondering what kind of spell she's gonna cast, or what she can do.
And then suddenly Jeopardy music turns on.
Doom, ding, 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 ding. Doom, ding, 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 ding. Burner, burner, boom. Boom. Boom.
That is May I's next rap album.
I was like, did Ignition Remix just happen? I'm so confused right now.
The Trap Edition.
Yeah.
I never felt so white in my life.
Toodles. Maybe. Maybe.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Is Nonagon in shock, or is...
You're next, but I'm waiting for Iris to figure out what she needs to do or what spell.
Iris is trying to figure. She doesn't have a lot she can do. Okay.
Well, Iris is about to get 1 minute as a timer.
I can start that timer.
Shut up.
Well, we're at -3 minutes already.
Your bag of holding just disappears. Wait, what?
And then
Okay.
you see May I running away.
Iris is going to cast Shatter
On.
on a point that is going to only encompass the Cthulhu-looking thing behind him.
Okay.
Because it's a 10-foot radius.
All right.
So you have to make a wisdom saving, or a constitution saving throw.
Auto failed with a nat 1.
Beautiful. So does that mean it does max damage?
Correct. Well, I think you gotta still roll for it, right?
It's 4d8, but it's a nat 1, so wouldn't that mean max damage?
Not necessarily, no.
No.
It just means it dramatically
No.
fails.
I was about to say, you did not roll a nat 20, hon.
But it means you do damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, we don't want to play with that rule because if we do, it goes for both of
Because
you
the minute
guys.
we roll a nat 1, it'll be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, let's not repeat what Leander's done.
23.
So as you cast your spell at it, and you know it hit, but you know it hit the wrong target. The moment it hit and when everything, it went directly to one of the guards. The guards that have the hunter mark actually on it, and then that guard falls over dead.
Good job, Sanguine.
Thank you.
Chalk that up as a win in his book.
And you
I
know,
was like, what the fuck just happened?
correct. That's
You just, we know what happened. You just killed an innocent.
mic drop.
Sanguine yells at somebody, whoever's listening, goes, "Kill the other god! Kill the other god!" They're just ads. We need to kill the ads before the boss.
we need to get our quota before we can go to the next stage.
Damn it, you guys figured it out. I was trying to be so subtle.
This is Destiny 2 all over again.
Is this another Final Fantasy?
I hate every single one of you who made that comment.
Except it's not really a Final Fantasy because it hasn't ended.
Yeah, I was about to say, they
Oh,
call it Final Fantasy, but, you know, it's never really final.
Alright, so what else do you want to do, Iris? You did your action, which was casting Shatter. You still have your movement and bonus action.
I am going to. No.
Just,
Oh, man.
just in the middle of battle. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I hear there are benefits to being drunk.
The Cthulhu tentacles just comes over with a line of cocaine on it, like...
Iris is gonna give bardic inspiration to Kore.
Alright. Would that be the end of your turn?
How far away is?
So from you, since you would be in the back a little bit. So from Sanguine, it was 60 feet towards the mud. And then from the mud to the stage is 20 feet. And the stage is 25 feet tall. So that's going from the dead center of the stage towards you guys. If you are going to the staircase of the stage, that's a little bit different. But if you want to get to the beginning part of the mud, it's 60 feet.
I'll just go my full 30 then.
Okay. 10-4. Alright. So, Iris cast Shatter. The guard falls and dies. Inspiration to Kore, and then she books it. Nonagon. How you doing?
Nonagon is not wise.
That
And
is
so
for sure.
her first and only reaction to seeing Bryce, and Bryce, to her eyes, alive, able to grab. She has fallen to her knees. She is staunching the blood the best that she can. Probably not perceiving that her hands are full of mud.
Correct. She does not notice
She
at
doesn't
all.
have she doesn't have anything else. She's just mumbling. She's just, you were supposed to be dead. You were dead.
He will look up to you and say, "Save me."
Yeah, it's gonna continue. She's like, that's just what she's doing. She's on the ground. She's staunching blood.
He will look up at you and say, "Save me." Do you do anything?
I mean, I have weapons. I don't have a med kit, so like the best I can do is continue to staunch blood. Maybe.
Wait a minute. You can't cast Cure Wounds?
Well, I
There's.
attempted to help you and it didn't work. So
Do you get him out of the rain? Do you go to Kore? Do you take him to a building? Do you run to a? Or are you just gonna let him
not
die?
at this point, medical training is not to move the body and just staunch the blood. She's too focused to even think about calling for help at this point. She's just shell shocked that he's there, he's alive. Stop the bleeding.
10-4.
That's about all she can get out right now.
All right, so we will go over to Kore then. Hey, Kore, how you doing?
Hi. Sorry, there's intruders in my room.
Oh well. What do you do? about those intruders.
I can't shoo them away. They're about to play Mario
Technically, you can. I mean, it is your room.
Kart. Okay, hold on. Do how far was Nana gone from me?
She's probably right in front of you.
So I saw her react. Do I see anything on the floor, or is that just in her head?
You just see her with mud and everything, just playing with it in fear and crying and all that fun stuff.
She's gonna kneel down and tell her it's not real. It's not real. And snap out of it, and then she'll smack her in her face.
All right, so Nonagon, roll me another wisdom saving throw.
13.
Okay.
No, 12. -2. 12.
All right. So you feel a hand on your shoulder, and you see Kore. And what Kore said is what Rachel hears, but what Nonagon hears is he deserved what he got because you failed.
I would never say
And then she hits you, or she attempts to hit you. Roll me an attack roll, Kore.
Kore or not?
A Kore.
Is it on? Are you sure? Is it all plugged in? Why are you yelling at me? Then try HDMI 1. Sorry, she's yelling.
It's okay.
Okay, you said a string.
An attack, an actual attack on Nonagon.
Unarmed strike, right?
Correct.
Wow, that is so loud. A dirty 20.
All
15
right.
plus 5.
What's your damage?
I did not roll for it.
I do believe it's just your strength. No, it's a default flat, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what did you roll?
I have my other dice. I have to move. Where's my dice? It's so loud here. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I can roll for you.
You said a D4?
Correct. I do believe it's a D4 flat, whatever you get.
3.
Okay. If I'm wrong, someone can look it up. I can't. In the current moment, don't have the tools to.
What is it, Peter?
It's a unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike.
Oh, it's just your strength modifier.
Oh, just your strength mod? Okay.
Then it is
So
Minimum damage, I think, is 1.
All right. So, so you hear Kore say that, and then she just slaps her across the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just get slapped across the face by Kore.
After she told me that it was my fault that he died.
Yeah.
God damn. Okay.
You're not gonna help, just get away!
Kore, why are you being so mean to Nonagon?
That's my action. God damn, I should have used. Okay,
Let's see what happens when you split the party.
What's beacon of hope? Nope, that's okay. I guess that's my turn.
All
She's gonna
right.
keep trying to get her attention and like, it's not real.
All right. So she's saying that again. Everyone can hear. She says not real, but Nonagon keeps hearing. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's
You're
your
an
fault.
asshole. You're such a.
Yesley, out of character. Don't hate me for this.
It's okay.
All right. So what we're gonna do?
Don't kill me. Don't kill me though.
Oh yeah, it's a reaction, isn't it?
Huh?
You could. All right. So
God damn it.
go ahead.
Rachel!
So Hellish Rebuke. What does Core have to roll? Because it's a dexterity save, I think.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay,
Well, you
Hellish
have to
Rebuke.
Okay.
Point your finger and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw. It takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
All right.
And
So what save do I have to make?
it's my charisma. 'cause I'm a
Dexterity.
tiefling.
So what charisma? I have to make a charisma save?
You only have to beat a 12.
It's
Well.
dexterity. Dexterity.
Dexterity.
Yes.
Ooh, 19. And then plus 4.
All right. So
Okay, so you save, so you take half damage.
so
That's still okay.
so Nanagon, you're gonna add an extra 1d10 to that roll.
What?
Why?
Okay, you're gonna add
I don't know why.
2d10 to that roll now.
Okay. I don't know how to read my d10s. I'm sorry.
It's now 4d10.
I'm not even gonna have to attack at this point.
Because he made it 4. That's 21. But
Alright.
she only takes half, right? Because she saved.
Correct. So half of 21 is
10.
10. So Core takes 10 damage. As a reddish green flame just comes out of Nonagon and scorches Core a bit. All right. So since it's about an hour and a half in and we'll go back to the top initiative, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break here to kind of just relax. I'm going to wash my hands and everything so people can just do what they need to do. So for those of you who are watching on the Twitch stream, please continue. If you ask any questions, we're probably only going to go for another hour or so, so we can at least keep the group here for a little bit longer. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, please tune in to part 2, and we'll find out what happens to this group. Either A, they win and survive and save Thoror, or will fear take control of them and have them die. Stay tuned.